Ferrum Phosphoricum. Ferrum Phosphoricum. Other names known as ferrosulfuric phosphate, ferriphosphate. Characteristics and biochemical data. Iron phosphate is absolutely essential, not only for the preservation of health, but for the maintenance of the existence itself. Its function is of oxygen carrier, must be performed unceasingly, as every vital function depends upon it. The body lives by the slow combustion of its tissues, for it must have oxygen, and a deficiency in the cell salt which carries this vital element makes itself known immediately in no uncertain manner. The body's method of appeal for aid in a lack of iron is by the symptom known as fever. This is caused by an increase in the circulation as the blood endeavors, with the limited supply of iron in hand, to carry enough oxygen to all the tissues of the body. In order to do so, must move more rapidly. This increased motion being changed to heat by the law of conservation of energy is called fever. At the same time, the equilibrium of the iron molecules in the muscular fibers being disturbed, the latter become relaxed and flaccid. When such a disturbance of proper balance takes place in the fibers, which are circularly arranged around the blood vessels, the vessels dilate, and as a consequence the amount of blood at that point becomes augmented, in a state of hyperuremia exists. Such a hyperuremia is the basis of the so-called inflammation. This may even proceed to the extent of rupture of the blood vessels' walls, with consequent hemorrhage. But when the affected cells have been restored to normal by the administration of the phosphate of iron, the muscles regain their tone, and the hyperuremia or congestion is overcome. A deficiency in iron phosphate soon breaks up the continuity of other cell salts, notably that of potassium chloride. As evidence in the disorder known as alaity, as catching cold, when a deficiency of iron occurs, nature draws the blood away from the skin and outer parts of the body in order to carry on the vital processes more perfectly about the heart, stomach, and lungs, etc. This, on account of the closing of the pores of the skin, gives rise to the accumulations of non-functional matters, which are thrown off by the way of the mucous membranes and form the discharge of colds, catarrh, pneumonia, and pleurisy, etc.